BMW's most gripping real story innovations no one dared. Ever imagined a car that changes its skin like some kind of living creature? Picture its body morphing right on your command. Or think about a dashboard so out there it ditched almost every button, totally baffling the critics at first. But guess what? It ended up changing every car that came after it. Now, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is the real story of BMW, a company that's been tearing up the automotive rulebook for decades. They've been the masterminds behind some truly audacious creations, cooking up innovations so bold, so incredibly ahead of their time that often nobody else even dared to dream them up. And we're not just talking about slightly faster engines or a new curve in the design here. Oh no, we're digging into the almost unbelievable tales of BMW's most revolutionary tech and their wildest concept cars. These are those moments when BMW didn't just idly follow where the future was headed, they grabbed it by the steering wheel and yanked it in a completely different direction, while everyone else just kept going straight. So, get ready to hear the gripping, true story of how BMW didn't just break the mold, they shattered it. Time and time again. Section 1, Wild Concept Cars, where audacity took form. BMW's concept cars, they're way more than just pretty faces for an auto show. Think of them as sneak peeks into the future, rolling laboratories where ideas that seemed downright impossible were hammered into reality, often showing the entire car world which way to go next. Take the 1972 BMW Turbo, for example. It burst onto the scene during the Munich Olympics, and it wasn't just those incredible gull-wing doors or its shark-like body that made everyone stare. The real dare here was its mission, to be the world's very first safety sports car. Now back then, performance usually trumped protection, but BMW went ahead and built in a cockpit that was all about the driver, along with advanced seatbelt systems. They proved that you could have a thrilling drive and keep everyone safe. And that DNA, especially that driver-focused cockpit, it popped up in BMW production models for years, even helping to inspire the legendary BMW M1. Fast forward to 2008, and BMW pulls the wraps off something that seemed to defy all logic, the Gina-Light Visionary model. Spearheaded by the truly visionary Chris Bangle, Gina wore a skin, get this, made of polyurethane-coated spandex, stretched tight over a frame that could move. This car could literally change its shape. Its headlights would blink open like eyes, the car's surface rippling and adapting. Gina wasn't just a cool concept, it was BMW posing a huge question to the whole industry. What if a car's body wasn't fixed and rigid, but totally fluid and adaptable? It pushed boundaries in lightweight design and sustainable thinking that people are still talking about. And way before our pockets started buzzing with smartphones, BMW was already exploring the digital world in cars with their Z22 concept all the way back in 1999. Just try to picture this for the turn of the millennium. A fully digital dashboard, steering and braking by wire, meaning electronic, not mechanical, rear view cameras instead of mirrors, and a head-up display. The Z22 was basically a high-tech lab on wheels, giving us a glimpse of a future where cars would be more like intelligent co-pilots. So many of its bold digital and electronic ideas, like those head-up displays and early forms of driver assistance, well, they became the very technologies we count on in our cars today. So how does BMW see the next 100 years? They gave us a clue with concepts like the Vision Next 100, which they unveiled for their big centenary celebration in 2016. This wasn't just about fancy new designs, it was about a whole new way of thinking about driving itself. We're talking full autonomous capabilities, AI that personalizes your ride, and an interior that actually transforms depending on whether you're driving or the car is driving you. It painted a picture of a future with shared, smart, and incredibly personal ways of getting around. Section 2, Game-Changing Production Innovations, the dares that went mainstream. BMW's bold streak wasn't just for show-off concept sketches, though. They had the guts to put these revolutionary ideas right into the hands of everyday drivers, sometimes kicking up a bit of a storm, but always pushing things forward. Probably the most famous, or maybe infamous example of this is iDrive, When it first appeared in the 2001 BMW 7 series, it was a genuine shock to the system. BMW basically ripped out a whole sea of dashboard buttons, replacing them with one central spinning knob and a screen. What were they thinking? Well, the goal was to bring navigation, climate control, entertainment, and phone stuff all into one neat hub. The reality? At first, people were outraged. Critics called it way too complex, totally confusing. But BMW dug in its heels, and over the next 2 decades, iDrive evolved. It got touch controls, voice assistants that actually understood you, and smooth smartphone link-ups. What was once so controversial is now pretty much the standard setup for almost every modern car's digital cockpit. Talk about foresight, right? But their pioneering spirit didn't stop there. BMW was the first to stick a head-up display, an idea they borrowed from fighter jets no less, into a production car with the 2003 5 Series. This beamed vital info right into the driver's line of sight, a huge leap for both safety and just making life easier. Then, in 2008, they became the first car maker to offer full-blown internet access in their vehicles. That really laid the groundwork for the connected, app-filled cars we pretty much expect today. Every single one of these innovations had its doubters, but BMW just kept pushing, proving that daring to be different often means you end up showing everyone else what's next. So, what's the most out there BMW innovation or concept car you've ever stumbled upon? I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment below! And hey, if you're into stories about tech that changes the game and designs that just scream daring, do me a favor and hit that like button, and maybe even subscribe for more. When you look back, BMW's journey is just one big story of daring. It's about trying to see what's over the next hill, about taking those big risks that others just wouldn't touch. From the safety-first roar of that 1972 Turbo to the incredible morphing skin of the Gina, and let's not forget the initially baffling, but ultimately revolutionary iDrive system, BMW hasn't just been building cars. They've been building the future, often when no one else had the nerve to even try. Their legacy? It isn't just written in sales numbers or trophies from the racetrack. It's in the very way we connect with our cars today. These absolutely gripping, real stories of innovation just go to show that sometimes the wildest, craziest ideas are the ones that actually end up changing the world, one audacious BMW at a time. 4. Quotes that revolutionized BMW. 1. What if a car's body wasn't fixed and rigid, but totally fluid and adaptable? This Gina-light visionary model philosophy challenged the entire concept of what a car could be, pushing boundaries well beyond traditional automotive design. 2. Why settle for just performance when you can redefine safety as thrilling? The introduction of the 1972 BMW Turbo as the world's first safety sports car fused exhilarating driving and advanced protection, changing both BMW and industry priorities. 3. Let's put the future right into the driver's hands by replacing a sea of buttons with a single intuitive control. The controversial launch of iDrive in 2001 reimagined the driving environment, paving the way for today's streamlined and smart digital cockpits. 4. Daring means showing what's next, even when nobody quite understands it. Yet. From head-up displays inspired by fighter jets to in-car internet, BMW's willingness to go where no one else had gone set new benchmarks for innovation. 2. All-inclusive actionable steps for viewers. A. Get inspired by innovation. Learn the why behind bold ideas, not just the what. Dig into concept cars and tech with curiosity. Read up on design stories from BMW and rivals. Find what excites and inspires you. B. Experiment beyond the obvious. Try something new in your projects, studies, or job, even if it feels unconventional. Remember, the biggest innovations were risky and doubted at first.